Some think it's disaster waiting to happen. The inspiration behind a proposed law aimed at improving traffic safety.
Your tax dollars may not be going where you think they are. Money experts tell us why the city's latest decision could shake the voters' trust.
And another candidate joins the ranks of Democrats seeking the presidency, the label that many in the party are trying to avoid.
Live in high definition from KPAK TV in Bakersfield, this is Eyewitness News at 5.
Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday. I'm Rochelle Murcia.
And I'm Dave Gonzalez. Lawmakers want to let you drive over 100 miles an hour on Highway 99 and I-5 without fear of getting a ticket.
A California state senator wants to add new lanes on both highways without giving them speed limits. Eyewitness News reporter Jessica Shorter-Bonnie is out on Highway 99 to tell us about how this new bill could change the way you drive. Jessica?
Yeah, Rochelle, we're out here on the Highway 99, and you can just see the cars are going past very, very fast, but they could be going even faster if this bill passes. Senator John Murlack of Orange County wants to pass a bill creating two high-speed lanes with no speed limits, both north and southbound on the I-5 and Highway 99. He said that this will be better for the environment and will provide less traffic time. So that means less time sitting in traffic, better for the environment. And he said it's proof that this works, citing how traffic runs in Germany.
We looked at the study or the data in Germany, and their traffic accident rate is a lot lower than those here in the States.
Yeah, so citing that study, a lot of people are citing concerns that while it might be working in Germany, it might not work here. One thing to note in Germany, they have extremely difficult driver's ed courses that prepare drivers for driving with no speed limit. We do not currently have anything like that in California. Lastly, a senator says that having no speed limits would be a good supplement until we get that high-speed rail in place here. Reporting live on the 99 for Eyewitness News, I'm Jessica Shorter-Bonnie.
Interesting idea, Jessica. All right, thank you.
On the news tonight, the passage of a new sales tax in Bakersfield promised taxpayers increased law enforcement and fire personnel.
But some are now feeling they've been misled when the city announced they plan to use some of the money to pay retirement pensions. Eyewitness News reporter Raina Harvey breaks down the issue. Raina?
Dave and Rochelle, that is right. $12 billion of taxpayer money will be going to pay into city retirement pensions. But the city tells me that money will still be used to keep the city streets safe. Voters approved Measure N, increasing the city of Bakersfield's sales tax by 1%, with the expectation from city officials that the $50 million raised would put more law enforcement and fire officials on the streets. Now city officials are saying they want to use a percentage of that money raised to pay into their employee pensions. Richard Gearhart, assistant professor of economics at CSUB, tells me not everyone is thrilled.
People are largely unhappy with this because of the amount of money that's going towards pension debt.
The amount is $12 million generated from the increased sales tax to pay CalPERS, the California Public Employees Retirement System, one yearly payment.
25%, that's a pretty hefty amount that's not going to police officers, and that's not actually providing any services for the city of Bakersfield.
But city manager Alan Tandy says it actually saves the city money. Instead of paying CalPERS monthly and racking up interest, they will pay one yearly payment, saving an estimated $8.7 million and investing the money saved back into public safety.
The saved $8.7 million can go to pay for police salaries or fire salaries or recreation and parks costs.
Gearhart believes people would have voted differently had they been more aware.
I actually think it probably would have failed if they realized how much of the increase in the sales tax revenue is going to the pension debt.
Gearhart says in the long run, it may make people distrust approving another sales tax measure.
This is a potentially large revenue stream that voters took the initiative to approve. And if they abuse it, then voters will be unlikely to approve any future ballot measures.
Now, that tax will go into effect this year, April 1st. For now, reporting in studio, Raina Harvey, Eyewitness News.
All right, Raina, thanks for that. Other news tonight, brick and mortar might not be the first thing you think of when you think of school supplies.
But you can find those things and more at 2 local high schools. Eyewitness News reporter Emily Irwin shows us how these schools are giving students a real-world education. Emily?
Dave, Rochelle, we mentioned Tierra del Sol and Vista High School last week after California Department of Education named them model continuation schools. And today we got a look at why they received that recognition.
Hunter Zimmerman isn't alone when he says,
I'm not too good at math.
And at Tierra del Sol High School, named a model continuation school by the California Department of Education, that's okay, because there are other avenues for learning.
I typically like to be outside, and working, it just keeps me going, keeps my mind going.
Zimmerman is a student in the construction class at Tierra del Sol, designed by Paxton Patterson curriculum. Today, he's learning masonry.
So in a regular classroom, there's a lot of lecture, it's a lot of textbook, there's a lot of boredom.
Marianne Bland is a senior education consultant with Paxton Patterson, and Tierra del Sol began using their curriculum a few years ago and is now a model for alternative education.
So there are 20 different construction areas, everything from blueprint to weatherization. This is a priority sector for California. We have a massive skilled workers gap.
Students are learning real trade skills like HVAC, tile setting, plumbing, and more. Something the site administrator says has created multiple success stories out of students who might not have excelled in traditional subjects.
Everybody needs to be successful at something and feel good about themselves for something. And so oftentimes that success in that construction class is the only thing to keep a kid trying in their regular academic classes.
And for Zimmerman, that construction class might just lead to a money-making skill right out of high school.
I think it's fun right now. I think it'd be fun to do as a career.
Vista High School, also a model continuation school. They teach Paxton Patterson curriculum as well. They have a little bit of a different focus. The kids there learn things like robotics, x-ray tech, skills, and even audio engineering. Reporting in studio, Emily Irwin, Eyewitness News.
All right, Emily, thank you. Well, now that the high-speed rail project has been canceled, the federal government wants its money back. Nearly $930 million of federal money was invested into the project, and it's taking it back on March 5th. Local Congressman and House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy gave us a statement on the decision. In it, he criticized the High-Speed Rail Authority for the project's ever-expanding budget and claimed it kept information from taxpayers.
Time to check weather now. Miles Muzio in the Weather Center with a look at it for us. Miles.
It's been a pretty nice day. Nothing but sunshine. We were cool this morning. Had a couple of spots down into the upper 20s, but for the most part, right at 32 to 36 degrees for lows, and it's clear and beautiful outside now. But don't get used to that because clouds will be coming back shortly. 51 right now, and we had a high temperature of 53. That just about set a new record for a low maximum temperature, missed it by 1 degree. A new winter weather advisory is in effect from 4 o'clock tomorrow through 24 hours after that. Looks like we'll see 1 to 3 inches at the passes, and above 5,000 feet could see 3 to 6 inches of snow. That'll be Wednesday night going into Thursday. Temperatures are cool now in the 40s and 50s, 30s up in the mountains as it has been very cold there. You can see temperatures continue to be just barely above freezing in Gorman, and the dew points are fairly low. For tonight then, we'll be looking at clear skies down to around 35, so frost, but no freeze, no general freeze, down into the 20s in the mountains. A general freeze there, and down to 31 in the Kern River Valley, but there will be increasing clouds as we go into the day tomorrow. We'll talk about that and the chance for rain coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
We'll expect a lot of road closures ahead of the next phase of the Centennial Corridor project. Tonight, the Bell Terrace Bridge is coming down. Crews are starting demolition later tonight and say lanes on Highway 99 will start to close at 9 o'clock this evening. Southbound lanes will be completely closed and only one northbound lane will be open by 11 o'clock.
And with that work being done on the corridor there, drivers should expect closures on the 99, especially at the junction with Highway 58. Tomorrow we'll begin the bridge demolition there above the northbound lanes of the Highway 99. You won't be able to go south on 99 from Highway 58, and the on-ramp from Highway 99 onto the 58 will be closed. The lanes and the ramp should all be closed by 11 and are scheduled to open by 5 a.m. The city says the demolition and closures could continue into the first week of March.
Brothers and sisters, If we stand together, there is no limit to what we can accomplish. I hope you'll join me.
Senator Bernie Sanders is officially running for president. The independent from Vermont says his campaign will continue to push for the same issues as last time he ran for presidency. That includes universal health care, raising the minimum wage, and free college tuition. Sanders says that he will run as a Democrat again and joins an already crowded field. Today, he became the 10th candidate competing for the party's nomination. He faces some other liberal progressives running on many of the same ideas that he brought to the campaign in 2016. Fellow Senators Cory Booker, Amy Klobuchar, and Elizabeth Warren have all launched their campaigns.
And several polls show Sanders on top of the field of challengers to President Trump in the 2020 election. Chief political correspondent Scott Thuman shows us his impact on the party's mainstream.
He's an energizer who can grassroots campaign unlike almost anyone. But Bernie Sanders may be most known for progressive, often controversial proposals.
We were told that our ideas were radical.
From Medicare for all to free public college.
All of these policies and more are now supported by a majority of Americans.
Though Republican leadership alleges that brand of socialism is also being adopted by most of the candidates, and instantly warned of sky-high taxes, dictatorships, and a potential fate like Venezuela.
America will never be a socialist country.
So many are forced to defend or declare where they stand.
But I will tell you, I am not a democratic socialist.
I'm a capitalist. Come on. It's a way to start labeling whoever the Democratic nominee is, which is why the Democratic candidates have to clean up their language.
Elaine Kamark of the Brookings Institution says that stronger lean to the left may be because that's what some say they want, especially coveted young voters who one poll shows are now less in favor of traditional capitalism, just 45%, versus 51% who seem to like socialism more. Is there a danger in being seen or labeled socialist?
Yes, absolutely. It'll turn off centrist voters. These candidates now in the primary have to walk that delicate line that all the candidates do, either party, of getting through the primaries, but also not doing anything that just kills them in a general election.
In Washington, I'm Scott Thuman.
Still ahead here tonight, an icon of black history right here in California. The Troubles now facing a national landmark.
Also, legal challenges are piling up against the president. Why some are taking him to court over the emergency declaration.
And California is a major reformer for criminal justice. We take a look at how those changes have worked out for the state.
And a lovely day in California, but the next low-pressure system is all queued up and ready to come on down for tomorrow and tomorrow night and Thursday. We'll talk about the potential for rain and snow in the mountains again.